To the 65-year-old crying over Social Security, I will multiply your bread. I see you sitting there, the soft glow of the screen reflecting in eyes that have seen 65 years of seasons change. I see the envelope on the kitchen table, the one from the Social Security Administration, and I see the way your hand trembled slightly as you did the math for the 100th time this morning. You are tired, aren't you? Not just the kind of tired that a night's sleep can fix, but a deep, bone-weary exhaustion that comes from carrying the weight of enough for decades. I want you to take a deep breath right now. Let it out slowly. I am here. I am not in the wind or the clouds. I am right here in the room with you, sitting in the chair across from yours, and I need you to know something important. I have seen every secret tear you've shed into your pillow when the house was too quiet. Stop crying over that check. I see you. Like this video to let go of your burden and subscribe to Walk With Me every day. For 65 years, you have been the provider, the rock, the one who held the family together, the one who worked the double shifts, and the one who made sure everyone else's plate was full before you even looked at your own. And now, in the sunset of your journey, you feel a crushing sense of guilt. You wonder if you did something wrong. You look at your bank account, and then at your pantry, and a cold shiver of fear runs through you, whispering that you are a failure because you didn't prepare enough. My child, stop. Silence that voice. It is not my voice. I do not look at your life and see a balance sheet. I see a masterpiece of sacrifice. I see a soul that has given until it felt hollow. You feel invisible to a world that seems to worship youth and speed. You feel like the society you helped build has turned its back on you, leaving you to survive on crumbs, while the cost of bread rises higher than your reach. It is okay to feel hurt. It is okay to feel angry. It is okay to feel like the burden is too heavy. I am not here to tell you to just have more faith, as if your fear isn't real. Your fear is very real, and it matters to me. I watched you when you were 5, playing in the dirt without a care. I watched you at 25, full of dreams, and I am watching you now, at 65, as you face this mountain of uncertainty. I want to take that backpack of what-ifs off your shoulders for a moment. You've been wearing it so long, you've forgotten what it feels like to stand up straight. You worry that your life has dwindled down to a struggle for survival, that the dignity of your years is being eroded by the anxiety of a check that doesn't seem like enough. But I tell you, your dignity is held in my hands, not in a government office. You are not a number on a file. You are my beloved, and the gray hair upon your head is a crown of glory, not a mark of obsolescence. You have spent so much time apologizing, to your children for not having more to leave them, to yourself for the mistakes of the past, to me for your lack of trust. Stop apologizing. I am not a judge waiting to catch you in a deficit. I am the father who ran to meet the prodigal while he was still a long way off. You are not late to my grace, and you haven't failed your way out of my provision. I am validating every ounce of your struggle today because I want you to know that I understand. I lived as a man. I knew hunger. I knew what it was to have no place to lay my head. And I knew the weight of a world that didn't value the soul over the silver. Lay your head back. Let your shoulders drop. You don't have to perform for me. You don't have to pretend you aren't scared. I am the God who counts the hairs on your head and collects your tears in a bottle. Not one of them has been wasted. Every worry you've had about your rent, your medicine, and your grocery list, I have felt the sting of it with you. You have carried this alone for far too long, thinking that being strong meant never admitting you were drowning. But strength is found in the moment you reach out your hand and realize you don't have to swim anymore. I am the water that carries you. I am the shore that waits for you. We are going to look at these fears together, not as a crisis, but as a space where I am about to move. You are safe with me. I want to sit with you for a moment and look back, not with the eyes of regret that the world forced upon you, but with my eyes of truth. Have you noticed how the years seem to accelerate? One moment you were a child watching the dust motes dance in the sunlight of a summer afternoon, and the next, you are 65, staring at a calendar that seems to move faster than your heart can keep up with. You didn't choose to be anxious. You didn't wake up one day and decide to let the cares of this world choke out your joy. It happened slowly, stitch by stitch, as the demands of a modern, relentless society began to weave a veil between us. You were taught that your worth was tied to your productivity. You were told that if you worked hard enough, saved enough, and planned enough, you would earn the right to peace in your later years. But the world is a fickle master. It changed the rules while you were playing the game. It introduced inflation, isolation, and a digital wall that makes you feel like a stranger in your own neighborhood. You began to build walls, didn't you? Not out of malice, but out of protection. You built walls of doing to hide the fear of being not enough. You looked at the rising costs and the shrinking community around you, and you started to believe the lie that you are a burden, or worse, that you are forgotten. But I have never forgotten you, even when you were so busy providing for everyone else that you forgot to talk to me. I was there. I was in the quiet of the morning when you drank your coffee alone. I was in the grocery store when you put an item back because it was too expensive. I saw how the thorns of life, the bills, the health scares, the fractured relationships, grew up around your heart. You aren't lost because you've sinned more than others. You've simply been exhausted by a world that doesn't know how to rest. I want to remind you of a promise I made a long time ago, one that I wrote specifically for days like this, when the grass seems to wither and the flowers fade. Do you remember when I said, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want"? Psalm 23:1. I want you to really hear those words today. I didn't say, "The government is your shepherd," or "Your 401k is your shepherd." I said, "I am, and because I am, you shall not want." This isn't a scolding for your lack of preparation. It is a gentle correction of your perspective. You have been looking at the bottom of the barrel, but I am the one who created the grain. You feel lost because you've been trying to navigate a wilderness, using a map drawn by men who don't know the way home. They told you that at 65, you are used up. They told you that if the math doesn't add up on that Social Security statement, you are in trouble. But my math is different. I am the God of the loaves and the fishes. I am the God who fed Elijah by the brook with ravens and kept the widow's oil from running dry. The weight you feel is the result of trying to be your own God, your own provider, and your own protector. It's a heavy crown to wear, isn't it? I know the weight of the silence is sometimes the heaviest part. The phone doesn't ring as often as it used to. The house feels bigger and emptier. In that silence, the voice of the enemy whispers that your best days are behind you and that you are now just waiting. But I tell you, you are not waiting for the end. You are standing on the threshold of a new kind of intimacy with me. The world robbed you of your peace by convincing you that peace is something you buy with a high credit score. I am here to tell you that peace is a person, and I am standing right here. I see the debt you carry, not just the financial kind, but the debt of unforgiveness toward yourself for things you didn't do or words you didn't say. You've been carrying the weight of 1985, 1999, and 2012 into your 2026. You've been mourning the what could have beens, while the I am is standing in your kitchen. Let's look at that anatomy of your burden. It's made of 10% actual need and 90% fear of the future and regret for the past. I want to dissolve that today. I want to show you that even if the world provides only a cup, I am the one who makes it overflow. Psalm 23:5. You are not a victim of the economy. You are a citizen of my kingdom, and my resources are not subject to the stock market. I want you to look at me now. Not at the bills, not at the medicine cabinet, and not at the reflection in the mirror that tries to tell you your time is fading. Look at me. Do you see my hands? They are scarred, yes, but they are open. And in those hands, I hold the keys to a reality that the world cannot comprehend. You have spent 65 years living by the clock and the calendar, measuring your life in hours worked and dollars saved. But I am the Lord of eternity, and I am stepping into your now to change the math of your life. There is a moment in the life of every soul where the strength of the flesh reaches its limit, and that is exactly where my grace begins. You feel like you are at the end of your rope, but I tell you, you are finally at the beginning of my provision. The world says it is too late for you to start over, too late to find peace, or too late to be debt-free and happy. They say you are fixed on a fixed income, but I am the God who unfixes the impossible. My grace does not operate on a linear timeline. I can do more with the remaining chapters of your life than you could have done with all the decades you think you lost. Think of the bread and the fish. There were thousands of hungry people, and all they had were 5 small loaves and 2 tiny fish. To the world, that was a disaster. To the disciples, it was an embarrassment. But when it was placed in my hands, it became more than enough. I didn't just meet the need. I created an abundance that left 12 baskets over. You are looking at your Social Security check and your savings as if they are the only loaves you have. I am asking you to place them in my hands today. I am the multiplier. I am the one who can make a meager portion stretch until it satisfies every hunger. You worry about running out of money, running out of health, running out of time. But my grace is a well that never runs dry. I want to heal the poverty of spirit that has gripped you. That fear of the future is a thief that steals the manna I have provided for you today. Do you remember how I fed my children in the desert? I gave them exactly what they needed for that day. They couldn't store it up because I wanted them to wake up every morning and look at me, knowing I would do it again. I am going to do it again for you. I am offering you a divine exchange right now. Give me your what-ifs, and I will give you my I am. Give me your not enough, and I will give you my more than sufficient. You don't have to earn this. You don't have to be more religious or more perfect to qualify. My grace is a gift, and at 65, you are perfectly positioned to receive it because you finally realize you can't do it on your own. There is a beautiful freedom in that realization. I am not just going to help you get by. I want to restore your soul. I want to take the gray, dusty rooms of your heart, the ones filled with the ghosts of past mistakes, and throw open the windows to the light of my forgiveness. You are forgiven for the times you didn't trust me. You are forgiven for the times you let fear drive the car. I have already paid the price for your peace. It is yours. It is a legal inheritance that no bank can seize and no inflation can devalue. The time that remains for you is not a countdown to a finish line. It is a season of harvest. I can compress time. I can bring more joy into one afternoon of walking with me than you found in 10 years of striving without me. I am the God who restores the years the locusts have eaten. Every year you spent in worry, I want to give back to you in depth of spirit and richness of peace. The world looks at you and sees a senior citizen. I look at you and see a warrior who is finally laying down a heavy, rusted sword to pick up a light, golden crown. Trust me with the numbers. I am the one who counted the stars and named them. Do you think I cannot manage your grocery list? I see you sitting there, perhaps for the first time in a long time, feeling a warmth in your chest that isn't indigestion or anxiety, but the flickering flame of hope. You are wondering, how do I live this? How do I look at that Social Security statement tomorrow and not feel the cold grip of fear again? My child, I am not giving you a complex theology. I am giving you my hand. The path to peace isn't a mountain you have to climb. It's a series of small, gentle steps we will take together, side by side. The first thing I want you to do today is a very practical act of surrender. I want you to take that bill, that bank statement, or that list of worries that has been keeping you awake, and I want you to physically lay it down. Put it on a table or even on the floor and place your hands over it. Say out loud, Jesus, I am giving this to you. I cannot multiply this bread, but you can. This isn't just a symbolic gesture. It is a legal transfer of the burden from your shoulders to mine. You were never meant to be the CEO of your own survival. From this moment on, when the what-ifs knock at your door, I want you to tell them, I don't handle the accounts anymore. Talk to my shepherd. Second, I want you to change the atmosphere of your home. The silence of a house at 65 can either be a tomb or a temple. I want you to make it a temple. Open your windows. Let the light in. Speak to me while you wash the dishes or fold the laundry. I am not looking for thee and thou. I want to hear about your knees hurting, your worry for your grandkids, and even your favorite memory from 1978. When you turn the silence into a conversation with me, the walls of isolation begin to crumble. You are never alone. I am the guest who never leaves, and the friend who never tires of your stories. Third, I want you to look for the daily manna. For 65 years, you've been looking for the lifetime supply, but I am asking you to trust me for today. When you see a bird on the windowsill, remember that I feed it. When you have enough for a warm meal today, thank me for it. Gratitude is the miracle grow of the spirit. It turns not enough into more than enough. Do not let tomorrow's shadow darken today's sunshine. I promise to be with you always, and always includes Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. when you're feeling a little bit blue. Finally, I want you to reach out. The world wants you to withdraw into your shell, but I want you to shine. There is someone younger than you who is terrified of the future, and they need to hear from someone who has walked through the fire and didn't smell like smoke. Share the peace I am giving you. A kind word to a cashier or a phone call to a neighbor isn't just a social act. It is my love flowing through you. You are still my hands and my feet. Your mission didn't end at retirement. It simply changed its pace. You are safe. You are loved. You are provided for. I have gone before you to prepare a place for you, but I am also staying behind to walk you home. No matter how many zeros are in your bank account, you are the wealthiest soul in the world because you belong to me. Let the world worry about its gold. You and I will focus on the grace that multiplies every crumb into a feast. I love you with an everlasting love. I have engraved your name on the palms of my hands. Now take a deep breath and let's start this new chapter together. My dear friend, if you felt my peace touching your heart today, do not carry your burdens alone for another second. Leave your burden in the comments below. Simply type, "I receive your peace, Lord." Let this be the place where you lay it down once and for all. And if you want to walk this path with me every single day and hear my voice reminding you of your worth, please subscribe to this channel. We are a family, and I don't want you to miss a single moment of the comfort I have prepared for you. I am with you, always.